So last time we had studied last time we had studied 1D motion and we were about to start 2D motion. 2D motion I started also little bit. I started projectile motion. I told you how projectile motion is, we can divide that projectile motion into three parts: ground to ground projection, projection from a height, and projection on inclined plane. Then I also said, when projectile motion happens. Acha, so there are some new students, so let's welcome them and understand your needs first. Soumya Kanta. All right. So some of you were telling that I talk too fast. So today I will be talking slowly. Is that fine? Some of you were telling that I talk too fast, so I will slow down today. That's all right. Any other feedbacks you want to give me? Okay, I will be talking in English because some are from outside Odisha. Is Mridmay here? Mridmay. Is Mridmay here? Okay. So Mridmay. Ayani. Okay. Okay. Still, let me continue to talk in English. So in physics, the chapters are related. First chapter is related to second chapter, that is related to third chapter. And if we don't know one chapter, then unless we study that, we cannot go to the other chapter. For example, if we don't know motion in 1D, straight line motion, then motion in 2D, you will feel like what's going on? Because motion in 2D, there is nothing new. Motion in 2D is revision of motion in 1D. So it's like, if you understood motion in 1D, this is a revision for you. If you have not understood motion in 1D, then motion in 2D kuch samajh mein nahi aayega. Right? So these physics chapters are related. So 2D motion means it is combination of two 1D motions. After projectile motion, we will come to circular motion. So circular motion, again, it is two 1D motions combined in a slightly different way. Then we will come to Newton's laws. In Newton's laws also it is kinematics plus something else. From Newton's laws we can find acceleration that can be used in kinematics. Then in work energy power chapter we will study work, and the formula for work is force into displacement. Now to study work we should know how to find force, that means Newton's law chapter, and how to find displacement, that means kinematics chapter. So in that sense, work energy power chapter can only be studied as combination of Newton's law chapter and motion in 1D chapter. Now if someone does not know motion in 1D chapter, how to find displacement, or someone does not know how to find force, that is Newton's law chapter, then work energy power chapter में वो कितना भी मेहनत कर ले उसको समझ में नहीं आएगा, है ना. उसको वापस जाके न्यूटन्स लॉ और काइनेमेटिक्स को समझ के ही वापस आना होगा, नहीं तो सिर्फ वर्क एनर्जी पावर कोई पढ़ नहीं सकता. लाइक दैट. फिर वर्क एनर्जी पावर up to that we are studying about single blocks, single particles, single bodies. Then we will come across combination of bodies, combination of point masses, a system. We were studying only about translatory motion. After that, after work energy power chapter, we will get introduced to rotational motion along with translatory motion. So in addition to translatory motion, now we will introduce rotational motion. So you see, the chapters are related. So let's continue. तो लास्ट क्लास आमे प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन को तीन भाग रे भाग करथिले. ग्राउंड टू ग्राउंड प्रोजेक्शन, प्रोजेक्शन फ्रॉम ए हाइट, प्रोजेक्शन ऑन इंक्लाइन प्लेन. तापर आमे ग्राउंड टू ग्राउंड प्रोजेक्शन को पढुथिले. तो ग्राउंड टू ग्राउंड प्रोजेक्ट देखिलो एटे तम समस्त को जदि मोर लेजर लाइट देखा जाउची, ग्राउंड टू ग्राउंड प्रोजेक्शन रे जो हाइट रो बाहरुची फाइनली सेम हाइट रे जाके पहुंचुची. अच्छा, ए मोशन को इनिशियल वेलोसिटी दिया जाईची u, आपको हमें दी भाग रे भाग कर देले, x डायरेक्शन मोशन, y डायरेक्शन मोशन. तो एटे इनिशियल वेलोसिटी u, it has got two components, u cos theta component along x axis right? U sin theta component along y axis. So here in x direction initial velocity is u cos theta, in y direction initial velocity is u sin theta. अच्छा एट एक्सेलरेशन अच्छी की हाँ अच्छी g डाउनवर्ड. अच्छा एक्सेलरेशन को डायरेक्शन रे ना y डायरेक्शन पे. अच्छा तो हियर एक्सेलरेशन इन y डायरेक्शन इज -g, एक्सेलरेशन इन x डायरेक्शन इज 0. तापर हमें देखिले तो मोशन को देखो दि भाग रे भाग करदेले, गोटे x डायरेक्शन मोशन गोटे y डायरेक्शन मोशन. अच्छा x डायरेक्शन मोशन को देखिलो, हियर यू सी हियर वी हैव ओनली initial velocity, there is no acceleration. So what kind of motion is x direction motion? We know motion we have divided, straight line motion we have divided into three categories: motion with constant velocity, motion with constant acceleration, motion with variable acceleration. So now this x direction motion falls under which category? Now motion with constant velocity. So for to study motion with constant velocity we have one equation, x equal to vt. Here instead of writing vt we will write x equal to ux into t. Now look at motion in y direction. So in y direction motion we have initial velocity, we have acceleration, and you see that acceleration is constant. You see that acceleration is constant. So y direction motion, it comes under motion with constant acceleration. Now for motion with constant acceleration we have got three equations: v equal to u plus at, s equal to ut plus half t square, v square equal to u square plus 2as. Since this is for y direction we have written y subscript everywhere, है ना? अच्छा, now with this much information we can solve anything, and I had explained how to find anything, right? And then using these equations we had found some important results like time of flight, that is 2u sin theta by g, maximum height, that is u square sin square theta by 2g, and range means here to here, this horizontal distance, that is u square sin 2 theta by g, or this can also be written as 2ux uy by g, है ना? So now from here we will continue. तो इतना अगर रिवीजन हो गया तो यहीं से हम आगे चलते हैं. This can also be written as 2ux uy by g. अच्छा, okay. So if you have understood all these, then let's solve a question. You should understood, you know, how we can divide the motion into two parts: x direction motion, y direction motion, and how we study them. ये आपको पता होना चाहिए. तो चलो देखते हैं. क्वेश्चन लिखो. U and theta. The question is, a ball is projected with 20 meter per second at an angle 60 degree with horizontal. 60 degree with horizontal. Find out ux, uy, ax, ay, where symbols have usual meaning. अच्छा, फिर after finding this much, then the question is find position of the particle at time t. Find out position of the particle. Position of the particle means it's basically telling find x coordinate and y coordinate of the particle at time t. Second, find velocity of the particle at time t. velocity of the particle means Vx and V. Third, find angle made by velocity. Angle made by velocity with origin at time t. Fourth, find displacement from origin at time. Displacement from origin at time t. अच्छा, चलो ट्राई करो, मैं बता रहा हूँ. Those of you who are new, so let me tell. Others do it yourself. So first I will divide this motion into x direction motion and y direction motion. So here it's like, you know, u is like this, theta is here, u is given 20, theta is given 60 degree. So this is ux, this is uy. So first question, how much is ux? चलो चलो चलो, ux कितना होगा बताओ, कितना?
10.
So it will be u cos theta and 20 cos 60, that is 10 मीटर पर सेकंड. अच्छा, uy कितना होगा? It is u sin 60.
10.
U sin 60. Yeah, that is 10 root 3. U means 20. So it is 20 sin 60. अच्छा, I hope all of you got this. अच्छा, तापर ax ay. अच्छा, हमें acceleration को आड़ी के, हमें acceleration जानचु यार g तोला आड़ू. अच्छा, तो x direction रे acceleration अच्छी की? ना, ना. y direction रे अच्छी की? हाँ. केते 10 प्लस 10 ना माइनस 10 ना माइनस 10 काहे की ना ऊपर को हम प्लस डायरेक्शन नै छु आ ये तळु को अछि माइनस 10 मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वायर हला. केते जन को एति के बुझा पड़ी गेल हाथ उठेलो. सिंपल टेकिंग कंपोनेंट्स सब बेले मन रख थीटा एंगल दा u को आउ जो साइड को लागि दिबो से साइड रे cos थीटा हबो आ ताको परपेंडिकुलर साइड रे sin थीटा हबो. देखो एटा थीटा दा x डायरेक्शन सहित लागि छि x डायरेक्शन सहित एंगल दा तने करे एटा cos हैला अन्यटा sin हैला. अच्छा, तो मते कहिलो ए x डायरेक्शन मोशन दा को टाइप रो मोशन? Is it motion with constant velocity? Constant acceleration? Yeah, so this is motion with constant velocity. Motion with constant velocity. अच्छा, y direction motion टा कोन? Motion with
Constant acceleration.
एटा होची motion with constant acceleration. अच्छा, constant velocity वाला motion, for constant velocity वाला motion, what is the equation which we use?
X equal to
we use x equal to vt. अब यहाँ पे vt नहीं लिख के लिखेंगे vx into t because we are using subscript x for x direction. अच्छा, constant acceleration वाला motion के लिए which equations we use? v equal to u plus at, इधर subscript y लिखेंगे and then s equal to ut plus half at square and then v square equal to u square plus 2as है ना. These are the three equations. अच्छा, now anything it is being asked, just see which equation can be used, that's all. तो सबसे पहले इंफॉर्मेशन को सेपरेट कर लो. So the logic of solving any two-dimensional question is you divide the two-dimensional question into two parts, and the both parts of motion in x direction and in y direction, they are independent of each other. Logic is x direction parameters do not affect y direction motion, y direction parameters do not affect x direction motion. So to study x direction motion, you take only x direction parameter and solve it. To study y direction motion, you assume as if the x direction motion is not there, just put the parameters of y direction motion and solve them. Acha, so now coming to question number 1, I have to find x coordinate. So which equation to use? I have to find x coordinate. Which equation to use?
Second.
Yeah, this one. This one. X equal to bxt. So how to find x? Use x equal to bxt. So this will give me x equal to vx. How much is vx? It is 10. Vx is 10, isn't it? Vx is 10. Ux, vx, it is same because in x direction velocity does not change. So whatever is u, that is v, that's initial, that is final, that is velocity at any time, x direction. So it is 10 into t. So it's 10 into t. Achha, next is y direction, y coordinate. Achha, for y coordinate, which equation should I use? Check.
Yes.
सारी तो equation है, देख लो. This one. Yeah, it's ut plus half a square, but which a? No, y direction u. Achha, so it will be 10 root 3 into t. Achha, ay will be minus 10. So plus half into ay will be minus 10 into t square. So this is y equal to 10 root 3 t minus 5 t square. Isn't it? Achha, now to find vx. Which formula to use? Yeah, along x direction, vx is same as ux, that is 10. Achha, to find vy, which formula to use?
B square equal to u square plus 2a.
In terms of time. So vy equal to uy plus ayt. In terms of time. The question is in terms of time, na? So use this one, right? So vy equal to uy. Uy is how much? 10 root 3. Ay is how much? Minus 10 into t. How many of you understood all these? Raise your hand. लीलावती, स्वयं सिद्धा, सौम्य तपस्विनी, ईशानी, कमलेश, प्रयास रंजन, श्रावणी. What about others? Vijay Lakshmi, Soumya Tapaswini. Okay. Next is asking angle made by the velocity without. That means this is the velocity, let's say. Then how much angle it is making with the x direction? How much angle is this angle? Phi. Okay, simple na. ये v का कुछ तो vx होगा, कुछ तो vy होगा. तो देखो वो tan phi कितना आएगा? Tan phi how much? Vy by vx, isn't it? So vy we have already found. कहाँ गया? Here vy. vy दिखाई दे रहा है क्या? Here is vy. vx दिखाई दे रहा है क्या? Here is vx. है ना? Question number 2. Here we have found vy and vx. Now the question is to find phi. So just use it. Vy by vx. So this is 10 root 3 minus 10t by 10. So this is root 3 minus t. This is tan phi. Here. Achha, now the question is find displacement. Displacement. Achha, displacement means the shortest distance. It's like the particle goes like this. At some point, let's say it's here, x comma y. What is the displacement? This is the displacement. This is the displacement, isn't it? So how do you find that displacement? Here is 0, 0. Here is xy. So displacement is a straight line का under root x square plus y square, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
This is like x, this is like y. So this displacement, or you can call it as r, under root x square plus y square. So xy we have already found. Put the values. कहाँ गया? Here it is x. चलो दिखा रहा हूँ, लेजर लाइट में देख लो. Here it is x 10t, and here it is y 10 root 3t minus 5t square. Use that. चलो इधर लिख लो. So we have got x equal to 10t, and we have got y equal to how much? How much? देखो देखो. 10 root 3t minus 5t square. 10 root 3t minus 5t square. अच्छा, so this is written as 10t का square plus 10 root 3t minus 5t square उसका square. Leave it like that. I hope all of you understood this. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Be little active. Okay. Now write down one more important question. This is another important question. Comes in today question. Which number this will be? कौन सा number होगा? पांचवा. So question number 5. Find out equation of trajectory. Find out equation of trajectory. What is the meaning of equation of trajectory? Equation of trajectory means equation of path. Trajectory means path. That means इसका equation. ये जो parabola का equation. How do you find it? So equation of trajectory means its relationship between x and y. Its relationship between x and y. Relationship between x and y. How do you do it? Here you have x in terms of t and y in terms of t. Eliminate t. What to do so that we can eliminate t and we can have a relationship between x and y? Now find t from one equation, put it in the other. इधर से t निकालो. X by 10. Put it here. Put it here. Solve. तो ये होगा y equal to 10 root 3. अच्छा t के बदले डाल देंगे x by 10 minus 5t square. t के बदले डाल देंगे x by 10. But see how much you get? You get y equal to root 3x minus x square by 20. This is the equation of trajectory. So equation of trajectory means eliminate the middle quantity. Eliminate middleman, as I always tell. Eliminate middleman. T को हटा दो. Find a relation between x and y. Sometimes the extra term may not be t. If the parameter may be theta, z, whatever it is. Just eliminate that term. Find a relationship between x and y. If you understood this, then raise your hand. Okay. See, you don't study any formula to find this. These questions are, you should know that whatever may be the question, I can solve it just by separating the question into two parts and solving each part. Even these formulas we have found, time of flight, maximum height, range. How we have found? We have found, by doing like this only, by separating the motion and then maximum height, so it's a parameter of vertical direction. तो फिर vertical direction में हमने ये equation लगा दिया. Range, तो range is a parameter of x direction, तो x direction में इसको लगा लिया. Time of flight, it's a time of flight. So the body starts from y coordinate 0, ends at y coordinate 0. तो y is 0 at time of flight. तो ये वाला equation लगा लिए. तो everything has come from this one. So ठीक है, it's good to remember these formulas, but don't forget from where they have come from. If you remember how these formulas have come, even if you forget formula, you can do it. Or you can do any question which doesn't fit in a formula. Sometimes there may be questions जो कोई formula के ऊपर आधारित नहीं है, but still you can solve it if you remember the process. So in physics, always remember how the formulas have come. Remember it? I said in physics, you remember the process using which formula is derived. The process using which formula is derived. If you remember that, that means you remember the topic. But if you remember only formula, that means you don't know the topic. I can make a question where that formula is not applicable, and then you can't solve it. But if someone knows this, that means he knows physics. If such a person forgets formula, he can still solve question, but it may take longer. Formula याद है तो it's like shortcut. Formula नहीं है तो थोड़ा ज़्यादा time लग जाएगा, लेकिन वो solve कर देगा. कुछ भी question दो, formula use भी नहीं ना applicable भी नहीं हो रहा है, तो भी वो solve कर देगा. So it's more important to understand this, and then to remember the formulas, Is that clear? Now let's solve some questions based on formulas. अच्छा, चलो. Questions based on formulas. क्या फॉर्मूला? टाइम इक्वल टू 2u sin theta by g. Maximum height equal to u square sin square theta by 2g. Range equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. Now this can also be written as 2 uy by g. See, time of flight only depends on y component velocity. It doesn't depend on x component velocity. Maximum height can be written as u square by 2g. Range can be written as 2 ux uy by g. याद करो, we had studied straight line motion. In straight line motion, we were throwing balls like this. है ना? Time of flight, how much we had got? 2u by g we had got, na? Maximum height, how much we had got? U square by 2g we had got, na? See, the same thing you have got here also. Because now in projectile motion is a combination of two 1D motions. One this and another one this. This motion is decided by that ux and ax. This motion is decided by uy and ay. So when we throw it, when you throw it vertically upwards, only this motion happens. But when we throw it at an angle, then part of that, this uy, it decides the vertical motion going up and coming down. Part of that that is ux, it decides the x direction motion. So by that time, this uy takes it up and brings it down. By that time, that ux moves it some distance along x. That's how that r comes into picture. Now, if this velocity and this velocity is same, then both these bodies will go up and come down at same time. Both of them will have same time of flight, same maximum height. Only thing is that this doesn't have x component, so it won't have range. this has x component, so it will have range. मो जो कहूची बुझा पड़ुची कंपेयर करी कि मो कहया कथा जे धरि नियो एइडे तमे 10 मीटर पर सेकंड रे बॉल टा ऊपर को थ्रो करलो बा धरि नियो एइडे तमे 10 √2 मीटर पर सेकंड ऊपर को थ्रो करलो 45 डिग्री एंगल रे. अच्छा तो ये 10 √2 at an angle of 45 degree means how much ux and how much uy. ux कितना 10 √2 cos 45 that means how much 10. uy how much 10 √2 sin 45 that means 10. So now look at this. This has y component velocity 10, does not have x component velocity. This has y component velocity 10 and x component velocity 10. Now vertical motions of both these particles will be identical. Both of them they will go to same height. Both of them they will travel same time. Only thing is that here you won't have x direction motion. Here you will have x direction motion. That is extra. तो तेणुकरी फॉर्मूलाज भी सेम आसुची. तेणुकरी फॉर्मूला भी सेम आसुची. रेंज हमर टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट के 2u by g आसुतला. देखो वर्तमान 2y by g आसुची. एडे u² by 2g आसुतला. एडे y² by 2g आसुची. केते जन को ए कंपैरिजन दा बुझा पड़िला रेज योर हैंड. अच्छा 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 ए क्वेश्चन को तुम जब बुझा पड़िला ताहले ताहले जदी कांसेप्ट को बुझा पड़िला ताहले ए क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करो मजा आसी. आर हाइट हला h. एटे बॉल गुडा गछ. बॉल नंबर 1 बॉल नंबर 2 बॉल नंबर 3. अच्छा मु कहा को केमिति फोपाडिले मु कहि दोछि. बॉल नंबर 1 को बस ड्रॉप कर ली. ड्रॉप. बॉल नंबर 2 को मु हॉरिजॉन्टल वेलोसिटी देली 5 मीटर पर सेकंड. बॉल नंबर 3 को हॉरिजॉन्टल वेलोसिटी देली 10 मीटर पर सेकंड. तीनटा बॉल अछि. दिस इज हाउ आई एम थ्रोइंग इट. हियर इज द ग्राउंड. Here is the ground. Tell me here the y direction motion of these three balls same or different. What about their y direction initial velocity uy? ये तीनों का y डायरेक्शन का इनिशियल वेलोसिटी कितना. आर यू गेटिंग इट. देखो इसका ना इसका ux भी 0 है uy भी 0 है. isn't it? इसको इसको x डायरेक्शन मान लो और इसको इसको y डायरेक्शन मान लो. इसका ना x कंपोनेंट 5 है y कंपोनेंट 0. इसका x कंपोनेंट 10 है y कंपोनेंट 0. अच्छा x सबका 0 है. x सबका 0 है. अच्छा ay सबका g है. ay g for all. So what do you see? What do you see about their y direction motion? It is same. केते जन को बुझा पड़छ जे एमानकर y डायरेक्शन पैरामीटर गुडा का सेम. तो एमानकर y डायरेक्शन मोशन सेम हबो. हाथ उठाओ. अच्छा y डायरेक्शन मोशन सेम हेबार अर्थ होउची एडे y डायरेक्शन रे एमाने समान टाइम रे समान समान डिस्प्लेसमेंट जाइतिबे. y डायरेक्शन रे एमाने समान समय रे समान समान डिस्प्लेसमेंट जाइतिबे. समान समय रे समान वेलोसिटी हेतिबो. y डायरेक्शन रे तुम जे कोन टाइम नियो समस्त सेम हाइट जाइतिबे. y डायरेक्शन रे तुम जे कोन टाइम नियो समस्तकर y स्पीड ता समान थिबो. एटा होची मीनिंग. तो बॉल नंबर 1 डा देखो मु रास्ता देखौची के को प्रकार पड़िबो. लेबे दो. बॉल नंबर 1 टा एभले पड़िबो आर एक्स डायरेक्शन मोशन नाही एक्स रे मूव हबोनी एक्स डायरेक्शन खाली वाई डायरेक्शन रे मूव बॉल नंबर 2 टा एटा एक रो रास्ता बॉल नंबर 2 टा ए प्रकार पड़िबो ये एक्स रे भी टिके मूव हेची और वाई रे भी मूव हेची होला बॉल नंबर 3 टा ए प्रकार पड़िबो एटा 3 एटा अच्छा वर्तमान तुम जे कोन समय रे देखिबो जे कोन समय रे देखिबो ए माने सेम हाइट रे थिबे सेम हाइट सेम हाइट सेम हाइट रे सेम टाइम रे ग्राउंड को टच करिबो t1 टाइम रे देखो 180 थिबो 280 थिबो 380 थिबो t2 टाइम रे देखो 180 थिबो 280 थिबो 380 थिबो t3 टाइम रे देखो 180 थिबो 280 थिबो 380 थिबो टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट 180 पड़िबो 280 पड़िबो 380 पड़िबो देखो से माने y डायरेक्शन में सेम हाइट ही जाउछन समान टाइम रे खाली डिफरेंस ता आसुची x डायरेक्शन मोशन रे कारण समान को x डायरेक्शन इनिशियल वेलोसिटी अलग केते समय को बुझा पड़िला ए कांसेप्ट ता हाथ उठाओ तो मो पचारि के टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट कार अधिक आंसर को समस्त को समान ओके ओके तो एटा होची लॉजिक जे हाउ 2D मोशन इट्स कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ टू 1D मोशन अच्छा वर्तमान वर्तमान ए फॉर्मूला गुडा यूज करके हम क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करिया चलो the ball is projected with 40 meter per second at an angle of 60 degree. Fine. Line of light, maximum height, range. ये सब कंप्लीट सॉल्व कर सकते हैं सीधा फॉर्मूला लगाओ
Crystal complete.
किलो का आंसर आसला सॉल्व करूची टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट कॉमन कट को फॉर्मूला कोन तुम संख्या पाइची 2 u sin थीटा by g eta c sin 6 माने के √3/2 2 कपिला 4√3 सेकंड कहार आसी ईशानी नहीं कहार आसी जनो भी नहीं कमलेश अभिजीत विजय लक्ष्मी कमलेश साहू दीक्षिता दास अनिल कत्ता लीलावती ईशानी सोनम प्रकाशनी मौसमी किरण ज्योति लाइन ऑफ फ्लाइट पर आसीबो मैक्सिमम हाइट तो मैक्सिमम हाइट को फॉर्मूला कोन u स्क्वायर sin स्क्वायर थीटा बाय 2 अच्छा u स्क्वायर 40 स्क्वायर u स्क्वायर sin स्क्वायर थीटा sin स्क्वायर 60 u स्क्वायर sin स्क्वायर बाय 2g 2 into 3 देखिए sin स्क्वायर 60 sin square 60 मान से root 3 by 2 रो square है अब ये रहेगा कंप्यूटर स्क्वायर अच्छा बाइट 1 की तो देखो तो कितना ये रहा 3 by 4 ये रहा 40 स्क्वायर देखो
60.
40 रखो अब 40 कट गला 2 4 10 फिर 60
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
कैसे हमको 60 मीटर आस्ते के हाथों फैला मौसमी लीलावती आकांक्षा विजयलक्ष्मी दीपशिका वाव समझते बढ़िया नेक्स्ट रेंज ए टाइप रो क्वेश्चन परीक्षा रे आसीबो नाही कारण ए क्वेश्चन गुडा को हो देछि रेंज रेंज u स्क्वायर sin 2 थीटा बाय g बा आको हम लिखि परबा 2 u cos थीटा u sin थीटा बाय g एबुडा लिखले बेटर 2 u cos थीटा केते u u होची 40 cos 60 that is half u होची 40 sin 60 that is root 3 by 2 by g that is 10 2 2 10 4 2 2 कितना असला 80 root 3 कहा राशि 80 root 3 हाथों फेल विजयलक्ष्मी आकांक्षा कमलेश इप्सिता ईशान्य मौसमी कमलेश अभिन लीलावती सौम्य तपस्वी साक्षात किरण ज्योति प्रयास श्रावणी बढ़िया अच्छा तो आमे ताहले नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन बुझिबा क्वेश्चन time of flight is given as t time of flight is given as t एबे क्वेश्चन मु उल्टा करू जनरली u और थीटा देई थाए thr पचारे बर्तमान उल्टा कर देबी thr देबी u और थीटा पचारे हला the time of flight is given as t range is given as r find u and theta देखिबा के करि पारे see in physics what we do whatever is given in statements we convert that into equations and then we see how to solve the equations to find the unknown quantity है ना so he is given time of flight is t so we know time of flight is 2u sin theta right so let me write it as 2u sin theta by t हो गया मेरा इक्वेशन नंबर 1 next statement is given range equal to r so I know range means 2u sin theta u cos theta u square sin theta by g which is equal to r this is my second equation acha so now I will think what to do so that I can get my u and theta okay so see what to do in second equation I have u square in first equation I have u so let me square the first equation and then divide it by second equation then u square will get cancelled out and I can get theta then तो चलो पहले इक्वेशन को स्क्वायर कर लो ये हो गया 4u square sin square theta by t square इक्वल टू t square इसको स्क्वायर कर लो सॉरी इसको स्क्वायर करने की जरूरत नहीं है ऐसे रखो u square sin theta cos theta by g now divide when you divide देखो u square gets cancelled out then 4 by 2 you have 2 and then you have g and then sin square theta or either sin theta cos theta so sin theta will get cancelled out and then you will have tan theta equal to t square by r so I have tan theta equal to g by 2 into t square by r done आ गया थीटा है ना अभी tan theta आ गया means you can find out sin theta you can find out cos theta and then put the value of that in any equation 1 or 2, and then you can get u. Let's see how to do that. Tan theta. So this is theta. Now tan theta is gt square by 2r. So I can write down, let it be gt square. Let it be 2r. तो ये कितना होगा? ये होगा अंडर रूट जी स्क्वायर टी फोर्थ प्लस 4r square. So अब sin theta, cos theta, anything you can write down. So now let's find out u. So how to find u? Take this. Take this. So it's 2u sin theta by g equal to t. So u will be gt by 2 sin theta. So this is gt by 2. Now sin theta means it is gt square by under root g square t fourth plus 4r square. So this comes out to be kitna? G gets cancelled out, t gets cancelled out. So 1 by 2t under root g square t to the power 4 plus 4r square. This is u. How many of you understood this? Raise your hand. अभिजीत कमलेश पार्थसारथी आकांक्षा इक्षिता मौसुमी सौम्य लीलावती स्वागत ईशानी कमलेश विजयलक्ष्मी प्रयास. Okay, all right, very nice, very good. All of you are able to solve it. So you see, you don't have to mug up these formulas. You don't have to remember these formulas. You just know the method, and whenever the question comes, you don't have to remember all the formulas. Some formulas you remember, and others you can calculate it like. Acha, if you have understood this process, then let me give you another question. Chalo. Let me see whether you can solve this one or not. Or a question likho. The maximum height attained is capital H and the range is R. It's capital H and the range is R. Find angle of origin. This is the important formula. So you find out and you remember this. Many times you may have to use it directly. Is it raining nearby your village? Here in Bhubaneswar, it's raining very heavily with lightning and thunderstorm. How many of you got the answer? Tell me the answer.
Yes. Sir, cot theta equal to r by 2h.
No. Again tell me. Again tell.
Sir, cot theta equal to r by th.
No, you made a mistake.
For H by R.
Yes. Tan theta will be 4h by r. That's the answer. Dekho. Let me solve it. So the first statement, maximum height is h. So maximum height means I know u square sin square theta by 2g equal to h. First equation. The second statement, range is r. That means I know u square sin 2 theta, that can be written as 2 sin theta cos theta. 2 sin theta cos theta. U square sin theta by g equal to r. Okay, this is second equation. Acha, now I want theta. Okay, so both in both equations it's u square. So let me divide it. So divide equation 1 by equation 2 so that u square gets cancelled out, that g also gets cancelled out, 1 theta also gets cancelled out. So you will have tan theta by 4 on left hand side, tan theta by 4. Right hand side you will have h by r. So this comes out to be tan theta equal to 4h by r. Tan theta equal to 4h by r. How many of you got this? Raise your hands. विजयलक्ष्मी, श्रावणी, सौम्या, ईशानी, प्रयास, मौसुमी, पार्थसारथी. अच्छा, दिग्विजय इज एब्सेंट टुडे.
ये पीछा आम्ही घरून फॉर्म्युला असतो तीनटा पण नाही पुढे फॉर्म्युला आपण देखील आली.
Okay. Swayam Siddha, why you are not getting answer? Swayam Siddha, Subham, Soumya, Tapaswini, why you are not getting answer? Okay, okay. So tan theta equal to 4h by r. Now let's solve some different kind of questions. ये तो पता चल गया ना आपको कैसे सॉल्व करना है. Okay. Okay. Now the question is, चलो लिखो, find equation of trajectory. चलो ये वाला क्वेश्चन लिखो. Find equation of trajectory for ground to ground projectile motion. For ground to ground projectile motion. I had already said you how to find equation of trajectory, है ना? To find t from one equation and to put in the other equation. First write how much is x, then write how much is y, then try to eliminate that t, finding its value from one equation and putting it in the other. Solve it, try it. So देखो, I am solving here. Match it. So x is how much? Ux into t. That means x is u cos theta t. This is first equation. So y is how much? Now y is ut plus half a t square. Ut plus half a t square. That is u sin theta t minus half gt square. That's equation 2. So now find the value of t from equation 1. इधर से t निकाल. How much? It's x by u cos theta. Put it in equation number 2. So this comes out to be y equal to u sin theta. इधर डाल दो x by u cos theta minus half g t के बदले x by u cos theta square. So this comes out to be here you say you will get cancelled out. You will get cancelled out. You will have x minus gx square by 2u square cos square theta. Remember this. Or this can also be written as y equal to x tan theta. Take x tan theta common and then 1 minus x by r. Like that. ठीक है. You understand how to solve questions related to finding trajectory? Should I give more equations? Should I give you more questions related to equation trajectory? Acha, we will go to equation trajectory and solve questions related to it a little bit later. Now let's continue some more questions on T, H, and R. We know T equal to 2u sin theta by g, H equal to u square sin square theta by 2g, and R equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. So let's solve some more questions on this. Then we will slowly shift to this equation of trajectory. है ना? और भी कुछ questions बाकी है. चलो. तो अगला क्वेश्चन लिखो. We know time of flight equal to 2u sin theta by g, right? 2u sin theta by g. We know maximum height equal to u square sin square theta by 2t, right? We know r equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. Now my question is, find T max, H R max. I can change theta. So now you think, what should be theta so time becomes max? What should be theta so that H becomes max? What should be theta so that R becomes max? And find those maximum values. Try. Simple. Time of flight is 2u sin theta by g. Now to maximize this, sin theta has to be maximum. अब sin theta maximum कब होता है? When theta is 90, है ना? तो थीटा को अगर आप 90 डालोगे तो फिर टाइम मैक्सिमम होगा और कितना होगा 2u by g. That means if you want that the ball travels for maximum time, then throw it vertically upwards. Let's say you want to throw it with some speed u. You have choices whether to throw it at 10 degree or 20 degree or 30 degree or 40 degree, but you want that time should be maximum. Then throw it at 90. Then you can have maximum. Acha, maximum height again. Here also you see sin theta, right? So when it will be maximum, if theta is 90. So how much it will be? U square by g. Sorry, here the formula is u square sin theta by 2g. See, the formulas are very similar, so be careful. Acha, what will be R max? Now here you see the sin 2 theta. So this will be maximum when 2 theta is 90. That means when theta is 45. And the formula will be u square by g. If you understood all these things, then raise your hand. Okay. Let me see how much you have understood. Let me see how much you have understood. चलो क्वेश्चन लेते हैं. Question. A boy can throw a ball. A boy can throw a ball with 20 meters per second. Find out maximum range or maximum distance, maximum horizontal distance up to which he can throw the ball. Up to which he can throw the ball. करो देखिबा वर्तमान लागुची जे थीटा तो देइनी खाली यू देइची किंतु ना से कहिছে मैक्सिमम हॉरिजॉन्टल डिस्टेंस माने मैक्सिमम रेंज माने थीटाटा 45.
So 40.
Yes. So the solution is simple. He is basically asking R max. So R max is u square by g. है ना? So 20 square by 10. That is 40 meter. केते जनकर 40 मीटर आसी हाथ उठेला अच्छा 12 friends. Problem कौन अच्छा पहले we should stop our class because here there is too much lightning nearby our house. Electricity is not there and it is too much lightning. And my internet connection is also unstable. So let's stop it here. Is that all right? We will continue from here tomorrow. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Hello.